Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. It's November 1st, 2013. I'm Logan Burgess. To my right here is Brock to help break down the action that we saw in a Friday in the grain market. Once again, weakness here for corn and soybeans. Take a look at Fire Tip, down a penny on December for corn. Soybeans, we're looking at the January contract now. First notice day was yesterday's for November, so it's time to move into January, and we saw real weakness there once again, down 14 3/4. Chicago wheat relatively quiet, up just 1/4 cent. Kansas City wheat showing some weakness, down 7. One thing that seemed to continue to weigh on the grain complex in today's action was a sharply stronger dollar index. That's kind of been a theme here throughout the week, so that certainly wasn't helping out any of this bearish sentiment in the market. Brock, though, the big story remains soybeans. What's kind of your take on that market right now?
You know, soybeans have sold off on Monday very sharply, sold off yesterday quite substantially, and then again today. So we've had a pretty negative week this week for the soybean market. I think a lot of what's been driving the market here in the last couple of days has been some technical selling and then some positioning ahead of those USDA reports that are coming out on November 8th. I think what the trades are kind of expecting is that we're going to see a pretty large revision higher for both soybean production and for soybean yields.
Right.
If we take a look at what Informa actually published today, what they expect this year's crop to look like is corn yield is about 161 bushels per acre. That's about 7 bushels per acre above what the USDA had in September. Keep in mind we did not get that October USDA report, so we'll have to wait until Friday to get an update from the USDA. Corn production is actually pretty substantial as well by Informa, over 14 billion bushels. Soybean is the number that was really the talk of the trade here today, 43.3 bushels per acre there, and the overall production about 3.3 billion bushels. So, you know, Informa is expecting a pretty large crop, quite a bit bigger than what the USDA was currently projecting. So we'll have to wait for next week. We'll get some more analysts giving out their estimates and what they think the USDA is going to show on Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really going to dictate the trade as we move into Friday's report. Certainly, it's been a while here since we've gotten those USDA WASDE numbers, and certainly what's kind of happened over the last couple months, we're in a position right now where some pretty major revisions are needed. Certainly right now the market consensus seems to think that those are going to be revisions higher, as you said, Brock. It is Friday here on GrainTV, and we like to take a look at kind of what's going on in the cash market right now. Take a look here at the cash corn market. This is for spot delivery. On average over the week here, the cash market was up 2 cents per bushel. We saw real strength across the river system and out of the Gulf, and that's really not that surprising. Based on those export sales we saw yesterday reported, Brock, there's still a lot of real incentive for merchandisers to get grain at the river and move it down to the Gulf. Certainly the Chinese have been in the U.S. corn market here in a big way over the last couple weeks. If we turn our attention here to soybeans, take a look. In general, we were down 2 cents on the week here. We saw a little bit of weakness out of the Gulf there, but the big thing that remains kind of the story for this soybean market is the carry that's in the market. We're still seeing a cash carry of 10 to 20 cents at a lot of major river markets. So if you are a producer that's harvesting beans right now and thinking about whether to sell directly into the cash market or to store those bushels, there's some good storage opportunities. But the critical thing is that you need to have those beans moved by December or January, maybe into February. But once we get into that March area, the carry really dissipates as the market's anticipating a large number of South American beans coming out of the market. So bottom line right now, good opportunities in December and January. If you need help finding those marketing opportunities, feel free to give us a call here at the office. Our number is 877-472-4607. In general, that's kind of what we saw here for a grain market. Certainly didn't close out the week how we wanted it to. For soybeans, we'll have to see if we find any more buyers next week approaching the November 8th WASDE report. Have a great weekend. We'll see you then.